shit out.
Oh,
What's going on there?
we needed to add to stage, Kevin.
Oh my goodness.
I thought we had done that.
Yeah, twice.
Well, anyway, now you can see our faces. Oh my goodness. Thank God. All right.
All right, there we go. Okay.
Okay, now I can shut that off.
All
All right. We're good. We're good.
Back in the sun.
Okay. So I just want to say, hi, Lori. We figured it was you. It's Christmas time, you guys. We are eating shortbread cookies with our coffee time this morning because where we're recording this, their daughter Lori, she likes to bake. So it's Christmas. You got to splurge for Christmas. I'm dipping it in Kevin's coffee.
Why she feels the need to dip in my coffee?
Because I don't know. Mine's, yeah. Oh my God.
That's what I was waiting for. I mentally predicted.
You did?
The disintegration.
Oh, man.
The disintegration of the cookie after it's been soaked in coffee.
But it still tastes good. I know. It's made a mess. Oh, well. That's okay.
They don't have any dogs here.
I know. To eat the mess. That's okay.
Hey, no more coffee dunking. Drawing the line.
Guys, Christmas is coming. Can you believe how fast it's coming? I just can't even believe how fast the days are going.
The year is almost over.
This is nuts.
Wowzers.
It's so crummy, but it's so delicious. Ooh, shortbread cookies are yummy. Okay, the next one I won't dip, okay?
That's right. You won't?
No.
I'm drawing the line.
Oops.
Smash. This is shenanigans, man. The shenanigans today. Oh my goodness.
Oh, stop. Okay. Good. Oh, good morning, humanity. All right. Now we are starting. Finally. Sorry, guys, for the slow start.
Then we got that all sorted out.
I still think you should have put a little more honey in the coffee.
Well,
I'm critiquing the coffee because
the sugar cookies are making up for the lack of honey in the coffee.
Yes, you could say they are, but
that's why she keeps trying to dip them in, I guess.
Sure.
Change the flavor of the coffee.
Oh, Kevin, seriously.
But now half the cookies on the floor. Yeah.
Hi, guys.
So,
hey, let's just get it right out. Let's get it out of the way right from the very beginning. Who here, and I want you guys to be honest, please don't hold back. Who here is sad, very sad, that, what's her name again? The idiot that resigned yesterday?
Chrystia
Freeland.
No. It's not Freeland.
It's not. That's not a real
Slaveland.
Slaveland.
Christian Slaveland.
Who here in Canada is sad that Chrystia Freeland resigned? She's lost faith in the government. Oh.
Clearly, she's a rocket scientist.
Dear Lord.
Yeah.
Ooh, Marianne's baking peanut butter confetti and some, what? Cirque de la creme? Oh,
sauce
baby. Oh, God, I love Christmas.
Freakland. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah.
Yep. Chrystia Freakland. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny to watch it happen, actually.
Like rats.
Rats scattering.
Like rats leaving the sinking ship. The problem is we're on the friggin' sinking ship.
That is the problem.
That's the problem, folks.
Yeah.
And run us right into a friggin' iceberg.
Yeah.
Those clowns up there. Anyway.
Yeah. So
enough of that about that nonsense. But
we just thought we'd get that out of the way.
I hope everyone likes popcorn. Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn, because it's going to be quite a show. Yeah, I think it's going to be quite a show.
People are going to start running here just trying to save their skins.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
That's what I predict.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Her real name is what?
Yeah.
Komniak. Just so you know. Oh, I'm not surprised.
Well, yeah, it's a good German Third Reich name, right? I think.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And we're going to defend Ukraine because I own property in Ukraine and a condo. So in Kiev.
We're going to defend Ukraine because that's what we've been told to do.
That's right.
Let's face it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been told we must.
Government doesn't make decisions. They just do what they're told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So, I'm not very sad about this one.
No,
Now,
I
at the
didn't lose
same
any sleep
time-
over that last
At the
night.
same time, it still leaves you kind of going, oh, great. And now everybody's going to think, oh, the progressive conservatives, that's the answer. Ah! This is the conversation I had with my kids yesterday on our family chat that we have going on, because my son's very politically oriented. Like, he really likes,
Watch his stuff.
he's very up on everything, and he's got a pretty good sense of things. They all do, really. But, you know, he did make the point, because I said, you know, Pierre Poilievre isn't the answer either, because we can't get into this savior mentality. Oh, Pierre, oh. But,
Two
you
cheeks
know,
to the same ass.
very much so. But he did make a good point that any change in Canada at this point would be a positive change. And I'm like, well, we would have to hold them to account
As
to
long as
that
we hold feet to
positive.
the fire.
Yeah, like we would have to make sure that they're gonna, you know, do something good. But I said, well, yes, okay, I'll give you that. I'll
Mhm.
give you that. But still, you know.
You know what, Marianne? The population of any country is not the problem.
No.
It's the obsoletes that are supposedly the perceived authority.
This is
That's
the
problem.
conversation, Marianne, we have with Kevin's dad a lot, because he's
They're not-
obsessed with Ukraine.
They're not the problem.
Yeah, no, the people in Ukraine.
And the people are suffering.
They
100%.
absolutely are suffering.
But they're
and that's-
suffering friggin' everywhere.
Yeah, they're
This can't just be like
Yeah.
lasered in on, oh, well, they're suffering.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, well, what about them? What about them? What about them? What about them?
Everybody
Right?
is suffering in some way. But yes,
It's
there's no
everywhere.
question. It's terrible. Like in Gaza, you know,
So you
let's
can't-
face it.
You
like,
can't yak about the people suffering in Ukraine
if you're not gonna
if you're not
acknowledge-
going to yak about the people being destroyed in Palestine
it works both ways.
or
right?
Syria or fill in the blank
Yeah.
country. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You cannot do that,
that's right.
right? That would be an improper course of action.
Well, and here's the deal, though. Here is the thing, that some people would use the Christian narrative. I'm going to go there, sorry, but they would use the Christian narrative to stand up for why they think Ukraine this and Ukraine that, or Israel this or Israel that, or whatever. And my whole kind of thing is kind of like, well, my understanding of Christianity is that Jesus Christ, he was the one that was fighting for the little people. He was the one that was standing up for the people that were suffering,
being
persecuted. And, you know, like, he wasn't for these, I don't know what the word was they used in the Bible, the money changers or whatever the hell they were, but it's all the same thing. They're all these globalists, you know, sort of evil bastards that control everything. I mean, Jesus was the one against them. He wasn't saying obey them, right? He was the one fighting against them. So I'm just
trying to
kind of
wake
like,
people up to the truth, I guess.
yeah. So I'm just sort of like, we're repeating the same pattern even thousands of years later, if that story is true, you know?
Well, I think we have to really sort of take stock now, because now is the time for us to actually take personal stock.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've been on this journey of, you know, self-reflection and stuff for quite some time.
Yep.
And we don't have all the answers. However, we have...
What do you mean we don't have all the answers?
Not at all. Because as much as you think you know, there's always more to know.
Always more to know.
And when you get to the point where you think you know it all,
you might want to...
And this is the absolute of absolutes.
Yeah. I don't need to learn anything else.
That's the problem, folks.
That's...
Because guess what? And we're going to jump right into this idea of math today, because math is actually ingrained in us.
And we might make me do math.
And we might not think of it as math, but what I'm going to say is that this is about Hey,
Sibby says good morning. Good morning, Sibby.
And that bread is more than half gone.
Oh my goodness.
That's spectacular.
Louise, your bread is divine. I'm sorry if Renee, if you're watching, we have cheated on you. We did. We got Louise's bread this time, but oh my goodness. Listen, otherwise I don't eat bread.
It's all good.
Just like I don't usually eat cookies, but I don't care. It's Christmas. I'm having some cookies, damn it.
Sourdough bread, man.
Oh,
homemade sourdough bread.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
So equal signs.
Sorry, just having a moment.
Equal signs, equal signs, equal signs.
Yeah.
Our mind has the amazing capacity, given our filters and our programs and our upbringing and our history and our wowzers.
Fill in the blank.
Wherever that energy may have come from.
Yeah.
Because we have to say it that way.
Yeah.
Because for us to think that we just show up on planet Earth and then we go away is probably
a little more than that.
There's probably a little bit more than that involved.
It is a little more than that. Yeah.
So we have to really consider equal signs today because many of you probably know, or maybe you are someone that is attached to an image.
Oh, what?
No, but we've all seen it, you know?
Yeah.
We've all seen it. And, you know, you drive around and like we used to live in Vancouver and we could certainly drive around there and look at, holy shit, look at that house. Holy, look at that. Look at that house. Look at that car. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Right. So as we're driving around, and I know people have seen what appears on the surface to be abundance.
Yeah.
And maybe love and connection and peace and calm and all that sort of thing. That's a surface level, maybe outward appearance, because we know there are people out there, and it may be you, it may not be, but you're driving around and you see, holy shit, look at that house. That's got to be worth a couple $1 million. Beautiful, beautiful home. And what's in the driveway? Right? Do you think the moped is in the driveway? Oh yeah, no, that's just for the kids' toys. Right? Or the scooter. But there's 2 golf carts. There's, you know, tons of toys, boats, etc. And the perception would be, just from a random driver-by kind of person,
doing a
drive-by, that wow, you know, that person's must be doing really well. Mm-hmm. So we have a friend.
That would be financially well, by the way.
Right, but we have a friend that lives overseas, and he said to us very plainly, that he can make a lot of money, and he does.
His exact words were, "I'm a money-making machine."
Yeah, I'm a money magnet.
Yeah,
but
yes, it's true, Lori. Many of them are up in debt, to their eyeballs.
I'm not happy.
I'm not happy. Well, but here's what happens though. There was a time when money was the top value. Money probably rooted in security, needing that security, right? But I mean, if money is one of your top values in life, then that's what you're going to go after because that's what you value the most in life. And it's not a judgment. It just is.
But it's about security. Security is the higher level value, right?
Yeah, it's really deep. It's rooted in security.
Sure.
But so that's like, I'm going to make a lot of money because then they perceive the money being that's their financial security.
Okay.
Right.
So this is the equal sign.
Yeah.
Money equals security.
Yeah.
Right. Having the vehicle equals freedom.
Or equals
mobility, equals
I'm wealthy because it's
it's a very nice vehicle, therefore it equals.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is where equal signs come in, and the mind is great at creating them. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And I've used this example before
You have.
many times
Yeah.
because we had the wonderful opportunity of growing up overseas in India.
Okay, while you're having your chat, I'm having a shortbread cookie. Look at this beautifulness right here.
And
Look at this. She even put little snowflake design on it and everything.
And
Like, that's
undipped.
amazing.
An undipped sugar
Undipped,
cookie.
intact sugar cookie or shortbread cookie. That's what it is.
As I move my coffee way
Mm-hmm.
out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
So if you've ever been to
Mhm.
India, or maybe you're there now, and you see the token Westerner.
Oh, Kevin, you're going to go there again.
I am.
Oh.
You know, and this Westerner is over there, it's foreigner, white guy, whatever.
Expat.
And
Mm-hmm.
they
It tastes beautiful too, Lori. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
and so this person's over there, and when you see them, I know I did. I was asking myself questions in my head because they were dirty. They were wearing the flip-flops with the loose baggy clothing.
Yeah.
Dreadlocks. And you know those the letter Om, right?
Word.
Or the word Om
Yeah.
symbol, right? Hindi symbol, Sanskrit, whatever. Yeah, they've got a scarf that has Om all over it, and they're wearing that, and they're wearing the little bag
The beads, usually.
and the beads.
Yeah.
And that's them over there being spiritual. Okay, because in their mind, they've created an equal sign that says very clearly to them, as an outward projection of that journey, is that if I do this, if I wear the clothes, if I appear as though I'm poor as hell, right, then I am
being spiritual.
Yeah. Right? And the same thing goes for any religion, because this isn't just a religious discussion, of course.
No.
But when you think about things, if I go to the mosque, if I go to the synagogue, if I go to the church, if I go to the temple,
yeah,
right, then I am. That's the equal sign.
Whereas we would say,
but are you?
In our infinite wisdom, right? We would say that it's more of an internal job, right?
That should be an internal job.
It's more of an internal experience, right? Of being spiritual.
And people go through these routines as dictated by whatever faith they may be, or, I mean, in religion, we can use the word religion actually to mean a lot of things, because realistically, COVID was a religion.
Oh, so Joanne Lamb has piped in. She says that it's a disguise.
That's right.
Well, it can be for some people.
It's a mask, right?
Yeah, it's another mask.
Because I want people out there to see me in a specific light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that person is doing that, therefore, right? So the other people now around us or whatever are now making that equal sign.
Yeah.
Based on the outward projection that I'm engaged in this activity, therefore.
Yeah.
And I have to ask the question, because.
But how do you treat people? You know,
and there's.
Okay, so you go to church every Sunday, but how do you treat your family? Are you a nice person? Are you, terrible to them?
Or a classic, right? Go to confession. Right? I'm going to go sit in confession. Hey, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. And, I just killed 40 people this week. Right? I've sinned. Right? But because I'm going through this routine as dictated by whatever.
Yeah.
And, I say my Hail Marys or whatever I got to do that, the Father tells them to do, then it's okay.
Whatever badness you did is okay.
So, I mean, we have to really bring these equal signs into check in our minds, because it's not just about religion.
No.
Religion is a term.
Kevin just likes to pick on religion a little bit.
No, but it's a word.
Yeah.
It's just a word.
Yeah.
And that word can be applied to a lot of things.
It's just a word as long as it's not being embodied. I kind of feel like if we are embodying what that means, the essence of that, that's a totally different thing.
Completely different
And you
scenario.
can be someone who embodies that and doesn't go to church. Right? Like, who would agree with that? I'd like to know, whoever's watching right now, would you agree with that? I mean, that's my assessment of it. You know, you don't have to be attending church on Sundays in order to
So this is my question.
Be a good person.
And this is my question is,
right.
How is it that wearing those clothes or doing that activity or being in that place at a certain time equals
blessing your food before you eat it,
right?
Time.
Equals I am that.
Right.
Or how can it also not equal that someone that is deciding to be a good person, right, towards others and be compassionate and holding love and all of those sorts of things, if they don't go to church or the mosque or the temple or the synagogue, right,
that erases the good,
that erases their character.
Yeah.
You know, this is so confusing to me.
Yeah.
Because of these friggin' equal signs.
It's a different kind of math than what we do, I guess.
That's right. But it's so confusing to me that you can only do those things. You can only do charitable work if you are a charity.
Or the goodness that you do bring can only be recognized if you
what it really
pray
means
to God and follow Jesus.
I will only recognize the good stuff that you do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If fill in the blank. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we have to have this conversation as it relates specifically to freedom, because this is part of the mind freedom that we have to come in sort of, we have to reconcile this in ourselves.
Ooh, you're using the word reconciliation.
No, we have to sort this shit out in ourselves first.
We do.
Because what this does is, and then this projects out to everybody else. So if that's not reconciled and sorted out in yourself, right, we can't possibly, right, move forward in any other state of being until this is, because this is the elephant in your room.
Because you know what?
It really is.
Everybody has a different way of expressing and embodying, and their higher selves, their belief system, their who they are. For instance, okay, I'm just going to throw this out there, and it might not be true, but I kind of think it might be. And that is maybe for someone like Louise, who makes our beautiful bread, right, that we ate yesterday. And Renee, of course, yes. But I'm just, Louise is on here right now. So
it's fresh in our minds.
Fresh in our mind. Fresh.
And in our bellies.
Very fresh in our minds. Maybe her way of being spiritual, right, or being connected, right, to her higher self is through the act of making that beautiful homemade sourdough bread.
Yeah.
Right.
And all the love that goes into that.
Yeah, like absolutely. Or maybe when she's doing her milking the cow, because she has a cow that she milks, maybe that's her process of being with spirit, right? So does that take away anything from what she's bringing to the table because she's doing it in a different form, right? Or she's not attending church on Sunday, right? So I would say no. I would say that's probably a much even more, I would say more connected way to do it, because it's real. Like it's actual, like it's a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's an actual embodiment of that connection. Does that make sense? Am I saying that right?
Yeah. And basically the thing is though, and honestly, this is not a judgment. Okay, we have to be very clear about this.
Well, there's people who would immediately see it as we're just being
this
judgmental.
Is an observation.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And I would have to ask the question, if this subject matter
triggers you,
brings something physiologically different to you,
In other words, triggers you.
Yeah. Then that should be an indication that you got some work to do.
Yeah. Ask
I'm
yourself
going to be
why.
blunt.
Why?
How is it
that it
that
triggers
this
you?
subject matter, right? Because you have free will. You can shut this shit off if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Off. You don't have to watch.
You don't have to watch.
Right? We're not holding everybody down. Clockwork Orange. How many people have seen that? Re-education, strapped to a chair with those little eye-holding opening devices things.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, forcing people to watch propaganda movies. Oh yeah. A Clockwork Orange. Yeah. So we're not doing that to anybody.
No.
Right? People have free will, and if you don't like the subject matter because it's triggering you,
I would say that would be a good reason to keep watching, because I would want to understand better why I'm being triggered. Like, what is it about what's being spoken is triggering me? Because if I'm being triggered, then that tells me there's something there that needs to be worked on.
Totally.
But that's me,
and
right?
deep.
That's the way that I would see that.
And
I would want to explore that even further, because
whatever tools you have at your disposal that are going to help you transmute that, so that you can maybe have a different equal sign, right? Or change the equal sign to one of completely acceptance.
What does that mean, Joanne? What scary is scary?
Yeah. Of course it's scary.
What's scary though? So scary. What's scary?
Dealing with the deep stuff, the heavy shit. I love it. Yes, that's what's scary. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to deal.
It's only temporarily scary though. Like, it's only, we anticipate it, right? Lean into it. It's true. The anticipation of death is worse than death itself. So scary is
Steven Seagal quote from a movie, by the way.
Yeah, scary is our anticipation of something, and we are filling in the blanks of what that really means. So we're hallucinating what that might end up being like, and we are putting that in. Oh, the movie is scary. Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough.
No.
I mean, if you've seen the movie, then that would
the movie
be
Steven Seagal.
Yeah. Clockwork Orange?
No,
I think that's what she's talking about. Because you referenced Clockwork Orange.
No, the quote, yes, the Clockwork Orange, in terms of, we're not strapping people to chairs,
no,
forcing them to watch this.
No, not at all.
Right? But the quote, anticipation of death is worse than death itself, comes from a Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah. So but it's always the case. Even when we've worked with clients, it's always the case. Any kind of anxiety about the future, it always ends up being worse than what the person it always ends up they're making it worse than what it really ends up being, you know? So,
Yeah. So, I mean,
where are we going with this, Kevin? Come on.
Where we're going with this is the fact that in order for us to experience true freedom inside, first, before we get it outside, we might have bits and pieces of this outside.
We have moments.
Right? Or maybe we've worked really hard to create bits and pieces of this, or an environment that we can control and maintain and, keep a death grip on, that familiarity of stuff.
Yep.
But the freedom has to start inside, because this is like the story of our friend overseas. I'm a money making machine, but I'm not happy.
Yeah.
So it's great to say I've got all this stuff and can do all of this stuff out here, right? But you're an absolute wreck inside.
Yeah. So what's the point of that?
So what is the point of that? Because you know what? You can't take any of that shit with you.
That's true.
Right? What's more important? Is it more important to have a good relationship with your wife, with your kids, with your in-laws, with your parents, with
yourself?
With yourself? Is it more important to do that?
Here's the other thing too, though, that we haven't even gone there yet, which is that what might have started out as, say, we'll just assume that that person needed financial security because of growing up maybe super poor, not having security growing up. So that was a value that they needed to fulfill. They needed to have that kind of, I got to have that security. So here's the thing.
And that's fine.
Then
no judgment.
No, it's not judgment. But the thing is then once they have it, all of a sudden it's not important anymore, right? It doesn't fill you up the way you maybe thought it might make you feel more fulfilled, right? But here's the thing too, and this is what we understand about the human mind, is that once a certain we'll say value, once a certain value is achieved, right, is fulfilled, then it's just natural that other values are going to take more precedence or take more priority, right? So the other thing too, that fulfilling a value, say like financial security, right, is that can allow space in your life for you to focus on other things because your financial needs are taken care of. Your security needs are taken care of. And that's when a person can better focus on maybe their more spiritual development, maybe focus on going inside and dealing with some of that stuff that's preventing them from being happy and stuff like that. But the reality is when we're in survival mode, because this is a fact, Kevin, when we're in survival mode, when we're just getting by all the time, we have less time to focus our energy on growing spiritually. That's just a reality, right? So,
well, I mean, it allows you the space to focus on other things.
Yeah, it does, because
right.
Your needs are met.
Right.
Like your essential needs are met, right? So it's a different way of looking at it, instead of being all like, oh, I've got all this money, but I'm so unhappy. It's like, look at it this way. You have all this money, you have all this security. In that respect, now you can focus on the others. So here you go. We're here. You can use us. We're here to help.
So how many,
just saying,
but how many people that are watching this or are going to watch this have thought, if only? How many people have said that to themselves? If only I had the fill in the blank, if only I had whatever, or if only I was somewhere, if only I had gone to school, and if only if I'd done that, right? Because what this is a grass is greener on the other side thing, but it's usually triggered by the fact that you see these outward projections of other people and you make your equal sign.
Yeah.
Right? Look at those things out there. Look at the nice house, the nice car, the nice whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're saying, well, if I had, you must be so lucky, right? You must be so lucky. Yet they're an absolute wreck inside, or they're in debt up to their eyeballs, or the bank's at the door, or, the relationship's in the toilet, or fill in the blank. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What it is. But we make these equal signs based on our perception of what other people's outward perceptions are. And it's
it doesn't always add up.
But when we add,
it doesn't always add up correctly.
Right, but this is the struggle.
Yeah.
Okay, so life's lessons make us who we are. I want to acknowledge Marianne's little comment there.
Mm-hmm.
If we're willing to learn the lessons.
Yeah.
Okay, because everything in life is designed to show us something.
Yeah.
And if we pay attention, right, we can move through life in a different way.
Yeah.
But sometimes those things come with resistance, and resistance always causes pain.
Yeah.
So we want, I guess, right now, the intention behind this discussion today is to sort of just bring awareness to the point where we're thinking about what we're thinking about, or we're thinking about what we're feeling about.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Those triggers, those thoughts, those emotions, those things that show up, those are the lessons. Those are the teachers. And lessons can come from everywhere and anywhere. They don't necessarily have to be, so many different ways we can go with this conversation, because people would say that.
On that happy note, I'm having another shortbread cookie. Just look how pretty this is.
And I'm moving my cup far away again.
Kevin, stop. Look how pretty this is, though. She just went out. She went above and beyond to make these pretty little snowflakes. I love it.
Because here's another equal sign. Because I am old, you must listen to me. Or I'm your senior, therefore that equals wisdom. Think about the equal sign.
Yep. I'm 35 years older than you, therefore I know more.
Therefore.
Well, that's not always the case.
So how old was Jesus when he died on the cross?
Wasn't he like 33 or
33
something?
or something?
Something like that.
Did he need to be 900 in order for people to listen to him? Clearly not.
No.
So what's going on there? So how is it that you think you have all the answers?
Just because you're
X years old.
Yeah.
Right? But that's an equal sign. Because I am, then.
Yeah.
That's an equal sign that we've made in our minds. And it's a perception that gets projected out. Remember the old days? Respect your elders. You know?
Absolutely. There's a lot to learn from people's stories. There's no question. Others' experiences being shared.
100%.
Of course, Marianne. Of course, there's value there. Yes. But what we're saying is let's not assume that because of a person's number, because of their age, equals wisdom.
Equals they've got all the answers.
Because I hate to
because
tell
you know what's really funny about all
true.
this is just when you think you have all the answers, right? That's where you stop.
If you stop learning, you close down.
That's where you stop. There's no growth. There's no growth past that because you think you got all the answers.
Yeah.
Right. What was the narrative we heard in the last 5 years? The science.
Trust the science.
No, the science is settled.
Science is settled, though.
The science is settled.
Yeah.
I hate to friggin' tell you, the science never is settled.
Yeah.
Ever, 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 ever.
If it's true science, it's always evolving and growing and, discovering.
But that's why it's never settled. So why are we listening to that bullshit narrative? Right? Because we have it in our mind now that science equals safety.
Yeah.
Right? If I listen to that science that's settled, that equals, right? I won't catch fill in the blank.
You're roasting me out right now.
Well, it's not my problem. So let's
be a seeker.
Yeah. So
I agree.
Let's start thinking about what we're thinking about, what we're feeling about, and digging into the triggers. Because when we start doing this inner work, if something has triggered you, the moment you get a visceral response in your body, that is a trigger. What is it about the experience? What was said? And I love this because people hallucinate shit all the time. Some
people are great hallucinators.
They're great hallucinators. I know what that look means. Because you're smiling like that, that means that there's the equal sign.
It's like, wow, you're quite the mind reader. Maybe you should go into business.
That smile equals you're
judging me.
You're judging me. You're condescending to me. You're fill in the blank. Did you ask?
Did you ask me if that's what I...
Did you friggin' ask? Right?
Because I'm pretty sure that's not any thought that was going through my mind.
Or anybody's mind.
Yeah.
But unless you take the time to actually ask and say, why is it you're smiling like that? And then own your perception. If it's wrong, okay,
we're wrong all the time. We're always
all the time
making those mistakes. So let's just not make them.
If you were to go to the property owner, that homeowner that has a beautiful house on the lake with all the stuff in the yard and say, how are you doing? Right? How are you doing?
Yeah.
Actually have a legitimate heart-to-heart conversation. They said, man, I'm struggling. Right? I've created all this beautiful whatever around me and stuff like that. But man, things are hard.
But I'm struggling to pay my bills.
Things are super hard.
I might lose everything next month if I don't pull it together.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this plays into some of the comments that we've had too, because it's one of those issues of we are the sum total of everything that's gone before us.
Yeah.
And it's put us right here in this moment.
Yeah.
The question is whether or not we're going to be the observer of it or the victim of it.
Yep. That's very true. You might be surprised of a response. That's right, Marianne.
That's right. Totally.
Because first of all, I think the person would probably be shocked that you even thought to ask them, right? Because unfortunately, we do spend too much time making shit up in our own heads instead of just asking the damn question. And second of all, it might actually start a friendship that maybe would never have been there before, you know? Maybe that person needs some compassion, right? Maybe they need that, right? Maybe no matter how much they're surrounded by material wise, of course, we're picking on people who seem to have money.
It's just an easy frame of reference,
okay?
But it can go for relationships.
It can go for every area of life.
It can go for vocation. It doesn't matter. Pick a context.
Yeah.
Pick a context.
Totally.
People think that, oh, well, if I go to university for 20 years and have 15 degrees and 2 doctorates, then I will be employable and people will want to hire me.
Not necessarily.
Yet the statistics in the U.S., as per, is it Amanda Marshall? That taxi driver's got a PhD?
Yeah, her song, yeah.
Right? Or I think that's who sings it. But I heard a statistic years ago, and this was years ago, it's probably more now, that over 5,000 janitors in the U.S. have PhDs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does that equal this? Yeah. Right? And I understand, people might be seeking, but that could be their passion. And how do we go about getting them help to live that passion, right?
Yeah.
And if you're fortunate enough to find gainful, I guess, work or whatever in, your passion, then you just create your passion.
Yeah.
Like, we're passionate about helping people sort the shit out. I'll say that.
Yep.
Right. And if you haven't figured that out now, then there's the spoiler.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to make sure that people are given some food for thought, shall I say?
Yeah.
Through these little podcasts here, to really dig into what's going on up in here and what's going on in here.
Yep.
Because when we do that kind of work, and whatever tools you think you have, or go seek the tools, go find the tools.
Mm-hmm.
We have some tools, we use them constantly.
Yep.
On ourselves, with ourselves, because we realize that we don't know it all,
and we're ever evolving,
and we're ever evolving,
constantly learning
and growing. So
I will be the first one to admit if I was wrong. I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the first one to admit if I was wrong, but you gotta show me that I was wrong first, or I gotta see that I was wrong. But I mean, I personally see the value in taking self-responsibility. I just think that's so important. I would much rather somebody tell me they were wrong, even if they were highly convicted in something they were saying to me or something they were trying to convince me of, or whatever it might have been. And then if they realize after the fact, like, oh shit, that was a mistake.
What's the subtitle? What's the subtitle of that Barbara Colarosa book you're reading right now?
Which one? Which one am I reading again?
It's the subtitle is just because it's not wrong
doesn't make it right.
Doesn't make it right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. So I mean, the thing is I would much rather a person, like I said, who was highly convicted in something they were saying to me or trying to convince me of, or whatever it might have been, and then they realize, oh shit, that was wrong. Oh, I was wrong. I didn't realize at the time, but now I realize I was wrong, and admit it. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't make you weak. To me, that makes you strong.
Stronger.
I see that as a strength. If you're able to admit when you were wrong, or that you made a mistake, or that you shouldn't have done that, or you apologize for something, that is not a weakness. That is like, wow, to me, that is like such a strength of character to be able to do that, The
other interesting thing too, though, is that lessons come from everywhere.
Yeah.
All around us. It's whether or not we're at the stage in our lives where we're open to receiving lessons from everywhere. Because if you created an equal sign saying that if that child over there that's 2 years old has just triggered me because of fill in the blank, guess what? They're the friggin' teacher. They are the teacher for you. It's whether or not you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not about the 2-year-old. Maybe it's about the 54-year-old. Right? Or the 20-year-old. The 20, like, who's ever heard that? Oh, our kids are our greatest teachers.
Yeah.
Age has no bearing
on wisdom,
period.
No.
And if we want to think that it does,
because I'll tell you, I really believe by the time I was 5 or 6 years old, I experienced far more than some people had in their entire lives, and they might have been in their 50s, you know, because just based on what I experienced, right?
Yeah.
I believe that because I had a near-death experience, so I died. So by the time I was 5 or 6 years old, I had already died, right? I had already had that experience of being, you know, captured by an angel and, you know, being to the other side and then coming back. I had already been sexually abused, you know, by my neighbor. I'd already experienced, you know, being in the womb of a terrified 14-year-old, right? And adopted by my grandparents. I mean, so by the time I was 5 or 6, I had a hell of a lot of life experience that I believe and I know made me a different person compared to other people in my family, right? And it's not judgment. It just is, you know, because I had different experiences, you know? So again, 5 or 6 years old, by the time I was 5 or 6 years old, I had a wealth of a lifetime of experience, you know, not all positive for sure. But it made me who I was.
Think about
right?
what we're thinking about.
Yeah.
Think about what we're feeling about. Thinking about what we're triggered about. Okay. Because here's the lesson for today.
There's Marianne. There's the lesson from Marianne right there. I always say try and be kind because you never know what is happening in someone's life.
That's right.
It's true.
That's right.
No matter what their situation.
So I'm going to throw this one on the table.
Dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
There isn't anything, and this is self-responsibility moment here.
What? But I'd rather blame other people for my problems.
He took it. That's another movie reference that you should know.
Oh damn, Kevin, what movie was that?
He took it. With the voice and everything.
Okay, just tell us.
Come on, it's the Lord of the Rings. That's Smeagol.
Schmeagol.
On the big stairs.
Yes, Schmeagol.
So,
yeah.
Here's the lesson.
Here comes the learning moment, you guys. Get ready. Everybody make sure you're sitting down.
Right.
With your paper. Got your paper. Take your notes.
I'm going to be very blunt here because
I wouldn't expect any less of you,
good.
Kevin. Yeah.
Because there isn't anything out there that can cause you to feel, respond, react at all.
What?
Nothing.
No, but you make me feel the way that I do. It's your fault.
There isn't anything outside of you that can make you feel. The only thing that pertains to is pain if you get punched.
Okay, Marianne, I have to pipe in here. That is blasphemy, by the way, that you have never seen Lord of the Rings. Sorry, just having a moment. Ooh, seriously. Wow. Just kidding.
But here's the thing. This is why triggers and learning moments in your life are what they are, because there isn't anything. I cannot, if I start calling you names, every name in the book, right? There isn't anything that I could possibly say that can cause you to feel anything. This is a super hard concept,
Yeah.
right? This is a super hard concept.
I would like to know what people think of that, actually. What do you get that? Like, do you get that? Or like, it's okay to disagree. We don't care. Like, we want to know. But I mean, do you get what we're saying in this moment right now? Because this is key. Like, this is so
Who has ever
important.
said or has heard someone say,
Yeah.
they just push my buttons?
Ooh. Translation.
No, they
triggered
fucking
me.
don't. Right? Where's that button? Is it on your elbow?
Forehead.
Maybe it's on your ear. No, they don't.
There's nothing anybody can say to you to cause you to feel anything, because you are in
You're in
charge
charge
of
of
your
that.
own perceptions.
You are in charge
You're
of
in
that.
charge of that.
And
And
this
guess
is
what?
self-responsibility.
It is self-responsibility, but it should be hugely empowering, right? It should be hugely empowering, because if you're responsible for how you feel
and respond or react.
Yeah, to how you feel. If you're responsible for how you feel, then that means that you are in charge.
You're in charge.
But if you're giving up your power
to the weatherman,
to the weatherman,
the roads,
to your mother,
to your kids, to people around you, to your whatever,
then you are giving up your power to them.
It away, man.
You're saying, okay, you can make me feel however you want to make me feel, right. And I have no power over myself, right?
Yep.
And that's not cool. That's not cool, right? Because then you're going in through life as a victim.
So be very clear.
It's like you're either empowered or you're a victim.
Yeah.
And in that case,
there's two states of being.
You're a victim. And if you're going through life feeling like a victim and letting yourself be a victim of everything around you, then you're not going to be happy.
Yeah. What's the classic response? When you point your finger at someone else, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Kevin loves that little thing, that little saying.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is the point where I would love to see people get to, because you are the ones. An emotion, physiologically, an emotion is a release of a neurotransmitter that comes from here.
Well, there's neurotransmitters everywhere.
The hardware in here, this is the greatest pharmacy on the planet right here. The hardware in here, right, creates a response, a neurotransmitter release.
Neurochemical release. Yeah.
In order for you to actually physically feel an emotion, feel scared, feel afraid, feel happy, feel joy, feel sad.
It is biochemical.
Here. Okay?
Yep.
There is nobody on this planet that can go into your head.
What's in your head?
And turn the dial for sadness. Turn the dial for fear. None of it.
Yeah.
Think about this.
Zombie.
This is how this works.
This is just a physiological fact.
So that's why the statement, there isn't anything that I can say or do other than like punch you and make you feel physical harm. Okay, but words, seeing something on TV, something outside in the wilderness, right? That's all like instant.
Yeah.
Fight or flight, you've heard that?
Yeah. Yeah, fight or flight acts like it takes seconds.
If the saber-toothed tiger jumps out on the trail in front of you.
Yeah, and so you'll react.
You'll probably have a response.
But then it goes away, it dissipates in seconds, literally.
So here's the example. Gazelle.
If you're holding on to it.
Eating grass in the savannah.
Yeah.
Munch, munch, munch. Lion shows up. Instantly the gazelle says, there's something wrong in my environment.
Eek.
Right?
I'm picking it up.
Lion starts chasing. Run, 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 run. Gazelle wins. Lion gets tired, goes off, and has a nap. 15 minutes later, the gazelle's back to eating grass. Yeah. You think the gazelle is sitting there thinking, holy shit.
That was close.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that scared me. I think I'm just gonna have to like be on high alert the rest of the day.
Wowzer, I can't keep eating grass because there might be another lion.
Yeah. No.
They don't do that.
They respond to their environment. It's done. They carry on with life. But it's humans that run this shit in our heads over and over and over and over.
So when we get
over.
into this, the reason this topic is super important is because it's about self-responsibility. It's about ownership.
Yes.
It's about a shift in knowledge as to how this actually works.
Yeah.
So that when we actually get to the point of deciding for ourselves what internal freedom and external freedom actually looks like, feels like, sounds like, tastes like, smells like,
yeah,
then it will matter.
Yes.
Is because we've dealt with the shit that might prevent us from actually being able to embody what freedom actually is.
And you guys, let me tell you, we've been the other side.
Oh, yes.
Like, trust us when we tell you, we have been on the other side of that freedom, the victim side. We've been on the other, we've been
absolutely
on that equal sign. We've been on the victim side of that equation. No question. Right? There was lots of that in our lives. No question. So the thing is that now, once you get to the other side of that equation, right? When you get to the freedom side of that equation, the empowered side as opposed to the victimization side, that's true freedom. That is freedom. So this is why we know we're talking to the freedom warriors, right? On social media right now. We know that. We know we are, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching us, because you'd have no interest in anything we have to say, because you'd be stuck in victimization. That's the way we would see it. But the thing is that we're talking to the freedom warriors. We know you are the ones that were going
questioning
out,
stuff,
questioning the narrative. We know that you were the ones that might have even gone out and walked around with those signs, right, and the flags, and gathered in groups and discussed what was happening that was wrong in the world and how we're going to fix it. And we get it. Right. We know that you were the ones that were doing those things. And even if you were just the keyboard warriors that were, behind your computer, and it all counts. Right. It doesn't matter. The point is that you were fighting for freedom.
So here's the question.
Yeah.
Do you actually feel free?
Do you feel free?
Do you feel free doing all of those things?
That's a valid question, you guys.
Because this is the equal sign. If I do that, then I'm working towards freedom.
Then I'm going to be free.
But I'm also fighting against, and I'm more focused in on not being free. The thing is, we have to feel this stuff first.
Yeah.
So that's the entire intention of our conversation here today, is to get us into a mind space of looking at what triggers us, what is out there.
What are we still holding on to?
Because when something happens out there and you feel something in here, that's your trigger.
That is.
That means there's something there.
Yeah.
If you're happy with it, carry on.
If it's working for you,
carry on.
Yep.
But if it's not, it's time to dig.
It's true, Marianne. We were all lied to. That's one way we are completely equal. Regardless of what we believe, we've all been lied to. That is the fact. That's a fact.
In many contexts.
Yes.
I'm going to say that up front here.
Absolutely.
Because even if you think your religious beliefs are absolute, that would be incorrect.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah. Absolutely, she says. It's a play on words, dear.
No.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
If you think you know everything that is about that specific context, guess what? You're wrong. You're just wrong. Because there's always something more to know.
Kevin, you're triggering me, telling me I'm wrong. I don't appreciate this.
No, but there's always something more to know. Always. There will always be more to know. And I've asked this question.
Thank God, otherwise life could be a little boring if we had all the answers. Like, I'm sorry, but it would. It would.
Totally.
Be totally boring.
And we don't have all the answers.
Hell no.
We're
still learning. We love to learn.
Every day.
Oh my God, I love learning. That's why I love listening to great podcasts, because I love learning.
I wonder if we could do a test run here on this little video that I created.
Well, I'm surprised you don't have it all queued up and ready to go, actually.
Well, it's actually
You should play it for everyone because they will be the first ones to actually see it. Oh, you're going to go find it, are you? Okay, well, while you're doing that, let me go to the restroom.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Way to go.
I know. Stepped on the cookie. The mushy cookie.
Ava stepped on the cookie. So let me see if I can do this because I want to.
You guys are going to get to be the first ones to really see the final product.
Let's see if this happens. Library. Awesome. It's not showing me. Okay, let's try something different here. Let's see here. All right, so I've got it queued up here, and let me see if I can share the screen here. Present. How do I do this? So this is part of the share screen. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to share screen. I'm just going to press it and see what happens. Okay. So I will play it, and then you can tell me if you Oh yeah, okay. We got it. I think we got it. Here we go.
You fought for truth. You've stood for freedom. You've challenged the lies and corruption of governments, corporations, and the systems designed to control us. You've been a voice for the voiceless, a warrior for human rights, and a light in the darkness. But let me ask you, are you truly free?
Freedom isn't just about breaking external chains. True freedom begins in your mind and in your heart. The greatest barriers we face aren't always outside of us. They're the ones buried deep within.
We have seen it time and again. People standing strong for the truth, yet feeling trapped by fear, doubt, and unresolved emotions. If we want to create a free world, we must first free ourselves from the limitations of our own minds and finally feel the freedom. That's where the Quantum Transformation Weekend comes in. Over the course of this powerful, immersive weekend, we'll guide you to uncover and release the limiting beliefs, emotional patterns, and unconscious blocks that have been holding you back. Imagine tuning into the infinite potential of the quantum field. Imagine rewiring your mind for clarity and purpose. And imagine shifting from living in the past to being defined by a vision of the future, a future aligned with your truth.
Experience what it is like to finally break free from the emotional bonds tying you to fear, anger, or resentment. Experience reclaiming your energy to live fully in the present moment. We're living in unprecedented times and the most important time in human history.
When you are finally free inside, you will become unstoppable outside. That's how we change the world, not just through action, but through alignment. In just one weekend, you will reclaim your inner sovereignty, heal emotional wounds, and break free from the past. Learn to master your energy and live fully in the present. Gain clarity and confidence to step into your role as a leader for truth and freedom. Meet Kevin and Ava. Together, they have been helping people transform their lives through focused one-on-one breakthroughs or powerful group transformational experiences.
This is your personal invitation to the Quantum Transformation Experience, a life-changing event designed for freedom warriors just like you. Kevin and Ava will be holding 2 question and answer online webinars on December 22nd and 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Bring your questions and your desire to make a difference in the world. The next quantum transformation experience will be on January 10th, 11th, and 12th, 2025 in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. This event will be in person for those in the area and will be online for our global community. Go to kevinandava.com to register for the webinars or the experience.
You just finished.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll let you do it.
All right.
He's the tech guy.
So what'd you think? Tell us what you think.
What do you think about that, folks? If you saw it, I don't know if I think it came through, but
We hope it came through. Let us know if it did or didn't.
Yeah. so
Kevin created it. He's so proud of himself.
I did that whole thing all by my lonesome.
Yeah.
It's quite fun, actually. That's learning something new, right?
Yeah, he's had
Whoever
to learn.
thought that construction and mountain operations guy would be doing video creation and video
Oh, good.
editing.
Marianne saw it. She said that was great.
Excellent.
Excellent. Good. Glad to hear.
So webinars,
Yeah. Please come. Yeah.
feel free.
Yeah.
No pressure.
And it is free. But
Yeah.
it's just going to be an opportunity for us to help people understand more better what we do and what January's event will be like and things like that. Because we haven't done a weekend for.
Thanks, Lori. That's some dedication.
Yes. I'm traveling right now and had to
Excellent.
pull over just to let you know. Oh, you're so sweet. Aw, that's sweet. Yeah.
So yeah, so we got some stuff coming up
We
because
do.
we're passionate about helping people that want to
We are.
move beyond the triggers.
Yeah.
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 I'm not tech savvy. Everything I know is self-taught.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that's
right.
okay. As long
That's
as
good.
you're open.
100%.
If you're open, then you're gonna
Rocking and rolling.
Yeah, you're gonna learn.
Yeah,
a lot.
I've done a lot of self-teaching just because I wanted to learn it.
Yeah.
You know,
Desire to learn it.
some stuff obviously you go somewhere else in order to learn,
Like me, I'm having to learn digital marketing
From
right
people.
now.
which is good.
Yeah, how to use social media to leverage and promote and everything. And it's like a huge learning curve for me, but I'm doing it. I'm making myself do it
Mhm.
because I know it's what we need. And it's something I've wanted to learn for a very long time. And then, you know what? It stretched me. It has really,
Mhm.
really stretched me. And in fact, it brought out an opportunity for us to do some major
work.
about
That's
what,
right.
3 weeks ago, I think it was. So
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. It brought out a fear in me and a limitation in me.
Who would have
that-
thought?
Yeah.
Pretty TikTok.
TikTok videos.
Who would have thunk
But
that?
we saw it. We took the opportunity.
Mhm.
It came up and we dealt with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just like that.
just like that.
And in 15 minutes,
it was
it
gone.
was done.
20, maybe 20.
Okay, 20.
Lifetimes and generations of problems gone in 20 minutes. So I'll take it.
Mhm.
So yeah.
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 So anyway, so that's that. Again, it's I want to encourage everybody to think about what they're thinking about.
Yes.
Think about what they're feeling about.
Are we going to share that link actually in the comments as well? So
We
people
will.
can share the link if they want.
We will, yes,
We would
for sure.
appreciate if you shared it. That would be great. Thank
Share it
you.
out there.
Thanks ahead of
We will
time.
put that in all of these channels that we're on.
Yep. Yeah.
It is on our Kevin and Ava website. There's a shorter version. However,
Mm-hmm.
there is the platform takes some time to process the video. So that's why we will include the Vimeo versions.
Yeah.
Actually, the short version on the website is the Vimeo one.
Mm-hmm.
So there are webinar register links there. Please, I'd love to see you there. And
Yeah. we're excited to be doing our weekend again because it has been a while since we've done it.
It has, yeah.
And every time we've done, this is something we've done for over 10 years. We've done our weekend program. We're now calling it the Quantum Transformation Experience because it isn't just a weekend, right? It's something that we're going to end up having available online as well. So, yeah. But I mean, still, it is a quantum transformation. It truly is because it happens at the quantum level
and the unconscious level,
at the unconscious level, and it's really it's life-changing. It really is, and it's still just scratching the surface, really.
But there's some special treats involved.
There are special treats, but I mean, still, it's still just scratching the surface because that is just the beginning of one's transformation because there's still so much more we can do.
Yeah. And you find something that really works for you and go for it.
Totally.
It's not the only answer, without question.
No, there's lots of great modalities out there.
Yeah.
And
totally open up things. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is
our quantum time travel experience. So this is something where we've mashed together a whole bunch of modalities that we've used over the last 20 years. And we've kind of put them all together in this nice little package. But that's what the webinar is for, you guys. The webinar is to come and learn more about that. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to leave you with that food for thought today.
Or that Christmas cookie for thought.
Food for thought.
Christmas cookie. I'm not going to eat another one because I've already had 3, and that is more than enough. But anyway, yeah.
So we'll leave that food for thought for you guys today. Thanks for being here. We know that everyone's on your own journey.
Yes.
And
we respect that.
We respect that 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
So we had originally thought that we would be down to 1 day a week, right?
Yes.
So
we're going to be, aren't we?
We are? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can do the same thing, Marianne. I could bake sweets too and then never eat them. But I'm just making the exception because I mean, like,
they're made with love.
They're made with love. And as long as you eat something with joy, I firmly believe if you're eating it with true, genuine joy, it's all going to be processed well in the body anyway. It doesn't matter. It's all good. Yeah. That's my theory anyway.
Next Tuesday, we will see you here officially for CoffeeTime.
What is next Tuesday though? Is that Christmas Eve?
No,
what is that?
What's the 22nd?
What's the date today? Today's 17th. Yeah, like we're gonna be right into the 22nd or 23rd, I think. Wow. 24th.
Oh, cool.
It's gonna be Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be Christmas Eve next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday is the 24th.
Yeah. Holy moly. Okay, well.
The 22nd is our webinar.
The 22nd is the webinar.
That's the Sunday evening.
Yes. Yeah. We decided to do it on the weekend because we thought people maybe had a little more time on the weekend. Maybe you don't. We'll find out.
But yeah, we'll be here for sure.
Yeah.
On the 24th.
Yep. Yeah. We'll be here 24th in the morning. I know it's Christmas Eve. Of course, you have a busy day. We understand. If you can't be here, we're not going to hold it against you.
No pressure.
We're not going to be mad.
You can watch it later.
But the way we see it is whoever shows up is exactly who's meant to show up. That's the way we see it. So going to your daughter's for Christmas dinner. Well, I think that's phenomenal.
Excellent.
I think if you have a daughter that you feel you can go and spend time with, that is beautiful. Because there's a lot of people that have a lot of conflict in their family and they don't have that option, right? I'm one of them. So not with my kids, like our kids were good. But I mean, there's definitely family conflict in my, the family I grew up with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you have good relationships with your family members, I'm just going to be the one to tell you, cherish it. Yeah. Really cherish it.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Yeah, be thankful for it. Seriously, be thankful for it. It's so good if you can. Yeah, absolutely.
So till next week.
Yeah, we're going to see you guys Christmas Eve.
And if you want to be on the first webinar, which is the 22nd.
Yes.
Right? please go to our website, kevinandava.com, and
Register,
there's a register link right there. You'll see it.
Yeah.
And would love to see you there.
Yes. Yeah, that would be great.
Love to see you there.
Yep. So webinar on Sunday night. And yeah, see, I feel sad for you, Marianne, but at the same time, there's lessons to be learned from that too. But so Sunday night, you said, is the webinar?
Sunday evening,
Sunday
7 o'clock,
evening, 7 p.m.
The
Eastern
22nd,
is the webinar. So please go register for that, you guys. And again, we'll share the link and make sure you share that around because we appreciate all the help we can get to fill the room. Because if a room is full, then that means that's more people we're able to help, right?
But it's a great energy. Yeah.
It is an awesome energy.
Super
it's a great experience. It's a fun weekend and powerful weekend. So, but anyway, so that's on Sunday night. That's our webinar. And then Tuesday morning, Christmas Eve.
Back here. Be here or be square.
Maybe we'll even sing some Christmas carols or something. You never know. You never know. I love Christmas.
Maybe we'll get Marjorie and Gerald to come.
And I love Christmas songs.
Sing some Christmas songs.
I love Christmas. Christmas is a great memory for me. It's a good time. So yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So that's enough. That's enough. All right. So see you guys. Have a great rest of your week. And
think about what you're thinking about.
Thinking about what you think about. And remember, you're in charge. You're in charge.
Yeah.
Yep. Of you.
So thank you for being here. We love you all.
Hope to see you Sunday night.
Yeah.
And if not, next Tuesday. Right?
Yeah.
All right.